Welcome to a brand new Scooter Hub video. Today we're looking at a heavyweight electric scooter, the Ninebot Segway Max G30. This scooter really is a tank. We are going to be going through the look and feel, speed, acceleration, tips and tricks, and lots of other bits and pieces in this in-depth review and breakdown. So make sure you watch to the end, and if you want to skip to a section that you want to know about the most, check out the chapters down below and you can click and go straight to the bit you want to know more about. The Ninebot Max G30 Segway you see here was ordered from scooterhub.com. To get your own, click the top link in description. So let's get right into the unboxing here. The electric scooter arrived in fantastic condition, so let's pop it right out of the box. Now we've removed all the wrapping and all the boring bits so you can just see what it looks like when you get it fresh and clean out of the bag. So what's inside of the box? First we start off with the Allen key and the screws that will be used to screw the handlebar onto the stem. Then we have a valve adapter air pump extender nozzle which is used to assist in pumping up the tyres. We have an awesome unique feature that this scooter offers. It's the fast charger plug. You get it in the European standard and the UK standard plug. The fast charge plug offers a 220 watt power charge that will fully charge this e-scooter in roughly 3 hours, which is half the time it would take with a normal charger. So if you're constantly forgetting to put your scooter on charge, this is a brilliant feature and it really stands out among other electric scooters. Then you get your normal charger and of course all the other bits of paperwork. Now you're probably eager to set it all up and go off on your first adventure. There's one thing you need to do before you do that, and that's connect it to the app so you can track everything and set some of the modes up. So it's a very simple process to connect an electric scooter to your mobile phone, whether it be Apple or Android. All you need to do is go in and install the app to the electric scooter you're using. So of course we're doing the Ninebot Segway Max G30, so you need to go and download the Ninebot app. Then you launch the app up, sign in with an email and password, activate your account, search for the scooter, you hold the button for a little bit, it links up, and then you can use all the awesome features to explore the journeys you've done, the top speeds you've done. You can lock your scooter, you can put it onto the special pedestrian mode, and there's a few things that you can do on the app, but it's important to get it set up before you take off on your adventure. Now we move on to the most exciting part, the speed test. We're going to break down each of the modes and then compare them against each other. You'll notice this e-scooter has a full coloured display. We set it to eco mode. Now eco mode is one of my favourite modes. It just allows you to cruise along a nice road or area. You can push the throttle down all the way and just nicely glide along with no worries at all. Eco allows the Ninebot to go to a top speed of 6 miles per hour. However, there is a slower mode, which is the pedestrian mode, which you can only access using the app. It's so slow and you have to keep using your phone to enable it. I would not really ever recommend using it. Eco mode is brilliant enough. The pedestrian mode's max speed is only 3 miles per hour. Now we move on to drive mode. This is your standard mode. This is the mode you should be using majority of the time, allowing for a safe and easy ride where the top speed is capped at 12 miles per hour. This mode also had some really good acceleration. Now we swap it up to sport mode. This mode has a kick to it. It allows you to get to a top speed of 15.5 miles per hour with ease. Use this mode with a little bit of caution because it absolutely sends you flying. Sports mode makes quick work of all terrains and inclines as well. So I wanted to compare the modes against each other. Now this isn't particular competition, but I just wanted to show you the difference. Eco really is slow, where sports really has the power behind it. So sports finishes straight away, drive finishes quickly after, and then eco's just cruising along nice and peacefully at the end. You can see sport finished in 7.19 seconds, drive 9.6, and eco a staggering 16.04. There's a time and a place to use each of these modes, and eco is fantastic for just cruising along if you're in a crowded area or you just want to enjoy the view as you're sailing along the road at a very steady pace. Now drive is your standard mode. Drive can technically be used at any time. You're not going to go too fast, you're not going to go too slow, but I would recommend using sports if you're going off-roading or you're on a bumpy track or there's inclines. With this being said, let's check out how each of these modes scale with their acceleration. So for the acceleration test, we pulled up to a mark and we kicked off. So we start off with eco and we kick off. Now it's a very, very slow start, of course, but this is what I mean. There's barely any acceleration, and it does actually take a long time to reach its top speed of 6 miles per hour. Now we go to drive, we kick off again. Now this one has got a little bit more of hit to it. It's a normal pace. It kind of competes with most electric scooters. It's a nice push off, it's steady, and it's nothing too harsh. Now we move on to sport mode. Now this flies. As soon as you hit that accelerator, you're off. Very quick, very sharp, and you're flying towards that 15.5 miles per hour with ease. So to sum up the modes, I have to say they're incredibly well balanced. They all have their own uses. Of course, sports for off-roading, and eco if you just want a nice, relaxing ride. Now with all of this praise, there has to be a slight downfall, and it has to be the fiddly folding system with the catch that you've got to slide up before you can pop it open. Then you fold it down and clip it. And the biggest issue with this electric scooter is how heavy it is. It weighs a whopping 18 kilograms, and it's a very large scooter as well, so it's not easy to carry around. It's not particularly portable. Comment down below and let me know what your favourite feature an electric scooter must have. Once you've got the e-scooter to where you need to go, you just fold the stem up and it automatically clips up, and you just pop it down and it's in. This e-scooter really lives up to its name by taking everything to the max when it comes to off-roading. You can barely tell the difference between the paved roads compared to the dirt tracks. The 10-inch tyres really assist in absorbing some of that shock. So before we get to the incline test, we set the e-scooter to sports mode. So we start off on level 1. We set the scooter up at the back and we bring it straight in, and it doesn't even need a kickstart. It just shoots straight off and up the hill with ease. We also tested 2 other electric scooters on this location and wanted to see how the Ninebot Segway Max G30 would stack up to them. You can see here we have the Unagi Model 1 E500, which makes easy work of the hill just like the Ninebot did. Then we put the Xiaomi 1S against it, which unfortunately did struggle. If you want to see the full video covering these 2 scooters, click the above card. The G30 Max just cruised through both of these tests, so if you take yourself as a bit of an adventurer and see yourself exploring off-road or going into places which aren't normal, this e-scooter has you covered. Now I'm going to be taking a deep dive into each element of this fantastic electric scooter and giving it a bit of a review and my opinion on what I think and how it stacks up. So let's get straight into the tyres. These tyres are fantastic. They're brilliant at shock absorbing. They are a 10-inch tubeless pneumatic tyres. I have tested these across a wide range of terrain and had no issues. They are durable and offer a luxury riding experience. They also look cool with those rings, which helps. Both the front and back wheels are the same on this electric scooter. So the deck of this e-scooter is brilliant. Its size where you'd put your feet comes in at 50 centimeters by 17 centimeters, meaning if you have big feet, you are not going to have a problem with getting them both on the deck with ease. Your feet aren't going to go anywhere with those fantastic little grips they've got. It's a very well built scooter, although like I said, the only downfall is that it's very, very heavy and quite bulky. The kickstand on this e-scooter is nothing unusual. It's your standard design. It's easy to clip out, easy to clip in, and it perfectly supports the weight of this e-scooter. So the clip of this scooter certainly lives up to the bulky design. It's got a clip that you have to slide up, which is a little bit fiddly sometimes, and then it allows the scooter to clip down. But when you're folding this scooter back up, it has got a really nice design. You just fold it up, it clips back automatically, then you finish it off by pushing it down with your hand. The handlebars on this electric scooter have a brilliant diamond pattern texture, which is really grippy. Your hands aren't going to move anywhere. It's easy to move, to grab the brake or the accelerator. Really well designed and matched the rest of this e-scooter. Now, the Ninebot has a fantastic full coloured display. I'm just going to jump inside so it's easier for you to see. Now, this does not reflect the quality of the screen in real life. When you're actually looking at it, the sun does not bounce off it at all. So it's very easy to turn on, then you can see that full colour display pop up straight away. We've got white at the top, which is showing you the speed. Then we've got green, which is displaying the speed modes. And then we also have the next row, which is the lighting, the Bluetooth if you've got it connected, or if you've turned the pedestrian mode on, which you need to use the app to do, where you've got that temperature gauge and the spanner. That's the emergency lighting, and that will go red if there's something wrong with it. So this is actually one of my favourite displays. I love that extra bit of colour, just makes it nice to look at and easier to distinguish between each element. This e-scooter has a very generic throttle, which is the circular one which you push down. It's very easy to use, very easy to control. I didn't find that it was too sensitive. Of course, if you do find it too sensitive, you can control the modes quite easily. So if you're accelerating too hard, you can drop it onto drive, and then if you push it all the way down, you're not going to get as much acceleration as a sports mode. But I found it nice and easy to use, and again, fitted into the whole design of this electric scooter. The brake is controlled by your left hand, which activates the electric braking. The lever sticks out from the handle by roughly around 8 centimeters. It's not too loose, it's not too strong, it's very, very easy to control. So the bell on this scooter is unique. It's a spiral bell, and you ring it by spinning it around. It is quite a pleasant sound. It's not too loud, it's not too quiet, and it's not an annoying digital beep. It's a nice solid built bell. To summarise the Ninebot Segway Max G30, I would have to say it really does go to the max. It takes everything to the max, including the weight, which is the unfortunate part about this scooter, and in my opinion probably its only real downfall, that it's 18 kilograms, which makes it one of the heaviest scooters I've seen. It's just an absolute tank. But that does lead on to its fantastic design. Now, of course, the weight is a problem, but the bulkiness of this e-scooter really lends well to how sturdy it is. The ride is fantastic, whether you're off-road or on-road. The 3 speed modes are really easily controlled. The braking's brilliant. Everything about this scooter is pretty decent apart from the weight. So I fully recommend this electric scooter. If you want to grab one of these electric scooters for yourself or a huge range of others, check out scooterhub.com. We have a huge range of Xiaomi's, Ninebots, and loads of other brands. So make sure you click that top link in description, visit scooterhub.com and get your next scooter and be ready for your next adventure. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below what your favourite part of this e-scooter is and what part do you wish they'd change. Thank you all for watching.